On Wednesday, the 20th of the lunar month, I got a new chant. So let's start with that. Vmbaz riorah zemski gvops ish ozirah taz lazu ziu azalksfi ahgu gazgav merker. And I think that the satanic front chant in Lezubuma is the only one that is 13 parts. And it translates witchcraft of the devil, hate, death, and evil are two. The adversary, our decivilizing, is upon the disincarnate spirits and demons towards a servicing rhetoric of sacrifice and the immoral and amoral return to being an official operator. And one of the goals of the Satanic Front is to replace older systems. One sees rugs like this in some misogyny, and the Satanic Front symbol, the main order symbol, there are some side order crests that one might want to look at, but we notice that number that I have talked about more than any other number is 606. And let's just look at the beast element of that, would we? I talk to, in a way, we can say that we have 10 beasts. Some of the wand cards end up having, a pile of flames. And I know that this pattern on this carpet doesn't exactly show these things, but this is what I sort of can see with that. So he has sort of amphibious 5 in the middle with 10 around it, and 15 is a very important number for the devil. And then you have some sort of a trinity, you could say, that you look at. In the Lezuvuma language, I have names for the sort of the demonic trinity, you could call it. And first we have the female. Six Ooze Roslu. That little figure in that second part. And then in between, like some of the Hyperborean mythology in particular, we have, sort of the sun or spirit sort of element to that, and Muzulakas would be that. And then we have, I already said the male name, and that would be the top. You see sort of horns of some sort of ram or goat or whatever forming around the thing if you look at it from one direction. one's more like a bull, one's more like a ram, you know. It depends on how you draw your lines in your imagination with that. But the female one would be Zog. So the male would be and my Order of Nine Angles book here is saying white brilliance combining through indigo and black into the shape of a wooden wand. But again, we're addressing the pattern. This is a prayer carpet that I took a picture of. And this prayer carpet, again, the different intentions and the system rising out of that, so we can edit this here. And the Poseidon weapon and stuff like this is what I think about that. So the individual, its inner current, its inner drive, its impetus, as you could say with the wand, is towards that devil worship, the Zeus, as I called it. And the geometric figures that I was looking at with this is we have on the left, of course, we're going to have the head of the dragon. On the right, the tail of the dragon. And we have the, I want to make sure I get this the right. On the left, we have the red, the geometric figure for that. And on the right, we have the geometric figure for prison as well. And there's limits, but we need to break the Carker. We need to figure out what the restrictions are on our willpower. And another symbol that we are looking at here is what's the straight line one? The via, the way. And so intelligences of intelligences. And this thing where people are judging things as good and bad, I really don't see things in that way. Every oracle symbol that you can see manifests that way. Definitely the colors of red, white, and black are of particular importance because the pineal, white, the pituitary, red, and thalamus is sort of the driving seed of it all. From the ashes of the old, the new will be built. As people slip into secularism, we will have the transfer into paths that would not have been possible directly. And I'm not saying that any particular theology of Satanism would have to be practiced as such. I'm just putting forward some words from my own experience as to what that would be. And so the spirit sort of takes the place of the sun in this thing. Of course, the word for Satan proper would be the Father. And so what is our Lazubima chant for Satan? We should definitely bring that one up. hazmaza, zamvi, habaksleeve, hazmazgazah, zatmaz, havnaz, pasthos, evenaz, harnaz, gezo, zirah, and I have another sigil that particularly relates to Riora. That one right there in black. And so that leaves us with a chant here. Lamriel. Sorry about that. I mean, Lamriel Furior Dangung Zulis Lenboy Uwan. The word for fire itself is Orizixis, and the word for springzim, I particularly focus the spring equinox related to this group. And when I first started, I wasn't sure which one I was going to narrow down on. So that would be east would be Izahab. Of course, people say that intuition is what we're looking for. Some say when we use that straight line of 4 dots, we are referring to regardless of the outcome, which is an important thing, right? The divination, the tail of the dragon. You know, we can refer to these as the head and the tail as the lunar nodes, the south and north. So the south node is typically shown like a U with dots, and the north node would be the other direction, and that would be the head of the dragon, of course, here. The prison is related to Capricorn and Saturn, and it's inner the earth, because obviously we need to make things real on the physical level. It's not just some magical order where, you know, you perform rituals, but sometimes that's all you can do, and, you know, definitely that sort of thing's a part of it. Did I say that Virgo relates to the tail of the dragon? Cancer and the waning moon with the way, the prison, Capricorn and Saturn. But yeah, it's enclosure, it's the terms, and the closure is the devil worship, you could say, in that makes satanic front. It's not okay, and so Jupiter and Venus, the head of the dragon associated with it, Sagittarius. Red is definitely fire, Mars, Scorpio. Outside water, inside air. The head is the future, the tail is the past. So you're taking things from containment and a regardless directive to something that's actually fruitive. This is all about self-realization, self-actualization, a life force given a material placement, with intention, of course. We have 13 dots that were not, really included in what we're doing. And so you got those 2 dots and then 4. And then again, you have 3. I'm starting on the left and we're rotating in a circle. So we have 3 then, and then we end up with 4. And I guess very slight, we have a 14th. And what did we have in the last seasonal that I represented? A new order with the old that is rising the power over what has covered it up. We had the 12, and then you had the 2 in the center, and that 1 is a group. So the 13th is open. So are you ready? Vms rior zemski gvops iz ozira ziu Elxfi Ahgu Gazgab Merkur